Merry Christmas, everyone. We have an action-packed show for you. Although you may not be working as much as we come into Christmas, the markets are not slowing down for anyone. We had some initial unemployment claims come out today, pretty calm. We had some other news come out. We had a headline come out of OPEC, which kind of odd for this time of year. And what happened, we'll get into all of that. We also have some reports tomorrow that's going to be interesting. Brady Huck's going to digest that. We have problems on the border, north and south. We're going to talk about that. Right before we went live, I looked at the markets. I don't even want to repeat what they are, but I will anyway. Beans down 12. Corn was about up 1. Wheat's down, and feeders and live cattle are lower. With that, Connor B is back. I won't have to ramble by myself. Good morning, Connor. It's not easy
Good.
doing a show by yourself, so it's good to see you.
I believe it. Glad to be here. Glad to be here. And I love the Christmas tie, I gotta
Well,
say.
that's all we have. Uh, Real quick, if you're out there watching, we've been getting comments. We see them. Go ahead and give us a comment. We love it.
Absolutely.
If you send us a good comment, we might just send you a ATI ProMedia cup.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, those are $30 cups. So why don't you get those little fingers? You have to like and subscribe to the Advanced Trading channel on YouTube. We have some serious things to talk about, and I brought in a serious guy.
I got
And
a
let's
question. I
yes,
got a
yes, sir.
trivia question for you, Tommy.
Mhm.
Largest population growth, right? When we think of that, who are the countries you think of?
I would think of some foreign world, somewhere weird in the world that just a bunch of people had to leave. Like what's just happened, where someone just massively has to leave. If we were filling out the population growth chart on our bingo card, I wouldn't have Canada.
Canada.
Canada hits 3.2 among the world's fastest growing country. I noticed this headline yesterday, and when I was preparing for the show, I said that can't be right. It said that Canada's population went up 400,000 in the last 3 months. Now, they didn't build enough housing for 400,000 people. Now, I do remember statistics. I could be off a little, but like 85% of the population lives within 1 hour north of America. Why is this a big deal? Why are we talking about it? I feel like from the press and the media, people are afraid to go after Canada. They're like, "Oh, it's Canada. They're nice. They drink beer, and they go ice fishing." It's not like that anymore, because some of these cities in Canada have become very dangerous. And when they affect my clients, our clients, advanced trading clients in North Dakota, when it comes to safety and what's happening to the cities in North Dakota, you wouldn't believe the crime that's starting to happen in North Dakota. And they're coming in from the north. They're obviously coming in from the south. To be honest with you, Connor, and I got to give you time to talk. I bet you Americans' population's exploding. We just have no accurate way. Canada took the time to see actually who came in their country. America's like, come on in, bro. We got an iPhone for you. Merry Christmas. So we have the same problem. We probably are growing more than them, if I had to speculate. Why are we talking about this? Because it's affecting the corn market. You want to talk about that a little bit? What's going on with
Yeah.
corn in Mexico?
Yeah, you cover north of the border. Let's talk south of the border, right? We've got those rail closures, right? Kind of outside of our scope in the grains world, especially mine, right? They did it to curb the immigration, they did it to shut down. And then we've got the repercussions that we're feeling in the grain market this week. And so, a few stats I saw with that, right? Mexico soy meal supplies range from around 3 to 8 days. Yellow corn supplied for their livestock 8 to 20 days. So we are talking, if that border, if that rail stays closed, that could be some serious supply hiccups for Mexico. One of it is our biggest corn buyer, and those two railways, I think it's like 55%. Don't quote me on that one, Tommy. But
I won't.
we're talking a ton of product that moves down that way, and so if that stays closed, we're going to see repercussions in the grains market.
Yeah. Hey, we have a comment. And so I think this young lady just wanted a free cup. Do you know who this is?
I know her well. I
Oh
know her
my.
too well.
Some people do anything for a free cup. No shame. That's all I could say. I mean, I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. Uh,
Uh,
Thank you for commenting. We'll take more of those. All right. What else do we have that when we came out the news, or we can get right in the PowerPoint? And I know Brady needs to talk. We're already 5 minutes in it, so let's get
yep.
to it.
Only other thing, let's fly through them. Angola leaving OPEC, right? Bearish or
Hmm.
bullish, Tommy. We'll talk that, but they're going to jump out of the OPEC. Something that caught us off guard. Major surprise. VIX spikes in S&P when we're talking thin holiday market, right? Not
Yeah,
so
VIX
much,
went up
right, Tommy?
9% yesterday. We've been talking that the stock market's on the high, corn's on the lows. We did that yesterday. And then the stock market had a bad day yesterday. They're blaming FedEx. FedEx was down 10%. Now, this is one thing, folks, when you watch media, all the headlines were down yesterday that FedEx was down 10%. FedEx is down 10%. I'll ask you a question. Do you know how much FedEx is up on the year?
Mm.
55%. It was up 65%. Now it's only up 55%. So be careful on how you watch news, how you digest news. The headline is FedEx plummets 10%. The truth is it's still up 55% in the year. We can't say that for corn. We may be able to say corn rallied 2%, but it's down a lot on the year now. Let's get in the slides real quick before we
Yeah.
got Brady time. He's got something so important to say.
Let's fly through it. Drought monitor, Tommy. Way too early to start talking drought. 2023 proved that to me. But if we're looking at Iowa, tiles aren't running in Iowa. Me in Central Illinois, where I'm in that yellow to white spot. We caught a lot of rain Sunday, Monday, so hopefully we'll see that change next week. But concerning, something to watch, right? Iowa continues to grow. That drought monitor continues to grow in Iowa.
Only thing I could say about Iowa real quick is if they would have had a corn crop, you would need another 4 inches on this next chart lower because we would have 3 in front of the cash markets in Iowa.
Yeah, absolutely. And so just looking at that, we've talked about it so much this week, last week, the low volatility, range bound, right? March 24 corn, we can go back to August, Tommy, and we're in a 40-cent trading range, right? On the low, we're at 470, which we are, hopefully we're bouncing off it. We're sitting at 472 as I look. And on the high, right around that 512, 510 range, right? We've been in that range since August. Tight range coming out of the summer. And so something to watch, right? And looking, we were talking before we got on, Tommy, about it seems like every news wire, everything's always talking about the thin holiday market, right? And we're talking about that for this week. What thoughts on that as an ex-trader? What do you think?
Well, not completely, because I still donate money to the markets once in a while. If you'd like to sell your corn 30 cents higher, you can do it in D's 24. As a professional trader, I can tell you this is that traders like volatility. And when I was a young man, many years ago, we would go to the board of trade and trade in the corn pit. And then that's what we did. We trade corn. Guys like me, I traded crude oil already today. I trade the S&P. I don't have to trade corn. I have 25 live markets on my screen the second we get done with this show. And if I don't like the way corn's trading, I can move right to the other one. So the number one thing I think you're going to learn from the show today is professional traders move from pit to pit. In the old days, you drove to Chicago, you went in a pit, you were almost obliged to trade in that pit. You had relationships in that pit. Your brother-in-law was probably the broker. You were the big trader. There was a lot of nepotism. The screen doesn't judge. The screen doesn't judge. Important point right there. Real quick, PJ, that special he did the other day, talking about those week 2 options. We'll get more into that next week. I got to get out of here just because Brady Huck has something really important to say. Merry Christmas, everyone. We will be live again today. We have some afternoon specials that'll be coming out to advanced trading clients. Of course, you can get a hold of us. Brady's going to talk about that. Mr. Brady Huck, handsome devil, look at you. Merry Christmas, buddy.
Merry Christmas. Glad to be here.
Connor didn't get the email about dressing up. All right, everyone, have a great show. When you guys are ready to end it, I'll end it for you. All right.
All right.
Yep.
Thanks, Tommy. Brady,
Connor, go ahead.
Go. Yep. Cattle on feed report tomorrow. What can we expect? What are you looking at?
Yep. Well, we actually got 2 significant livestock reports tomorrow. We've got a quarterly hog and pigs report and the cattle on feed. I focus on the cattle on feed. We got a couple other brokers that are a little stronger in hogs, and we're actually going to do a special here this afternoon and send that out to customers and prospective customers. If you want that special episode sent to you, send us an email and we will get it in your hands. Not everything we pump out here is free and open to the public, but we just ask if you're interested, let us know and we'll get it out to you. Yeah, Deese cattle on feed report, that'll be out tomorrow. Trade's looking for placements to be 3.8% below a year ago. A much friendlier outlook on the placements than we've had the last 2 reports. We'll see what gets printed there. Marketings, though, or a lack of marketings, the trade's looking for 6.8% fewer marketings in November, and that is the biggest headwind this cattle market is facing right now, is kind of a log jam up front, lack of marketings, high carcass weights. We're producing more beef with less animals, and we need the consumer to send strong demand signals to the packer so these margins can ripple down back to to producers again.
Right.
But yeah, Tony Dunker will be on here this afternoon. We'll have a great email breaking down pre-report what to expect in more detail.
Awesome. I can't wait to hear you talk about how cattle on feed out Friday after markets close. Then we've got a long, getting through Christmas, long holiday weekend to really digest those numbers. So we'll see what that does.
Luke, comment down there. Yeah, thoughts on the
any
bird flu?
thoughts on the high path avian flu? What do you think, Brady?
Well, it's something to keep our eye on. It impacts, the protein space. One of the biggest impacts to me, though, looking at that, is maybe the grain usage. If we're wiping out egg layers, those birds are eating corn. And if we're wiping out birds, we've got less mouths out there eating corn. So keep an eye on that.
Absolutely. Always concerning. We'll keep watching that and see where we go with that. With that, Brady, I think that's all we got. Make sure to reach out to us if you want to hear Brady and Tony talk hogs and cattle. And with that, we'll see you tomorrow.
See y'all.
Thanks for joining us. We're here every day, 9 a.m. Central. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.